The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast, is brought to you by, well, of course, you. If you want to learn more about how you can support the show, go to patreon.com/expat2020. Hey everyone, this is The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast, episode 41. I'm your host, Expat, along with my co-host, Dan. Dan, how you doing today, man?
I'm all right, man. How are you? What's new? What's going down?
Well, as you know, in Japan, the summer is starting to get into full swing. It's the rainy season now. So, like, every day it's, like, raining, and we get heavy thunderstorms in the afternoon.
Lovely.
And lovely, not so lovely, especially when the thunder hits really close to where you live. But and the temperatures are like 28, 29 degrees now. It's getting really warm. So, and the humidity is really high. So for all of you out in the United States that go by Fahrenheit, that's around 80 plus degrees now. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, and just doing some summer cleaning, things like that. So how about you? What's going on with you?
Not much. Back to work. We're having our own little mini rainy season here in England. Apparently we've got rain from now until the end of the month, which is quite exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some sort of football going on at the minute, some sort of football tournament that people are getting really excited about, but obviously I couldn't care less. But yeah, that's about it, really.
Cool.
Not much else to report.
Well, today we've got of course, this is our E3 2021 recap episode, so we got a lot of stuff to cover about E3 and everything else. But before we do that, we're going to talk about the games we've been playing this past week after this brief message.
Before Dan and Expat discuss what they have been playing, this episode of The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast, will be going up on Patreon at patreon.com/expat2020 in early access for the first 3 days after recording. So if you would like to support the show and become a patron at the entry tier 1 level at $1 per month and get early access to every episode and listen ad-free along with other perks, including exclusive post-show content after every show, plus special bonus episodes, please visit patreon.com/expat2020 for further details. On Tuesdays each week, the podcast will be uploaded to all of the free podcast services, or you can find us on any podcast app for iOS or Android, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Expat's YouTube channel, Expat 2020 Gaming. Just download your favorite podcast app, or open Spotify and search for The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast. Subscribe, follow us, post a review, and leave us questions, comments, and feedback if you like, if that feature is available there, and spread the word about the podcast. We also have a Discord called The Arena Podcast, where you can join and chat with the Arena Podcast community, and a website at expat2020.podbean.com, where you can follow us and leave questions and comments as well. Finally, you can also follow us on Twitter at The Arena AMPGNP, as well as on Instagram at The Arena_podcast. Now, back to the show.
So Dan, I've I started Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart on PS5.
Okay.
It's very beautiful. I mean, it's like, think of playing a Pixar movie. I mean, a modern Pixar movie. It's that good. And the transition from, cutscene to gameplay, it's almost non-existent. It's like you can't even sense when the cutscene ends. Kind of reminds me of when God of War came out. You had those cutscenes in God of War where it transitions into the gameplay, and it's like, oh, I'm playing the game again. I mean, it's that good. I mean, and the rifts, for example, using like a grappling hook to jump into the rifts, especially in combat, helps you, for example, to dodge and to avoid the enemies. It's really, really cool. It's fun to play so far. I've only put about 5% in. I started last night, but man, it's beautiful. And our other co-host, Burley from Burleyman Gaming, and we did our first episode of Extra Take, which is a spoiler-free discussion of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. So that's up on patreon.com/expat2020. So yeah, I mean, Dan, it's a beautiful game. I'm looking forward to hearing, how you feel about it when you get around to playing it. It's really good. So
yeah, I watched the Extra Take video you made, and it certainly does sound interesting.
Yeah. So what have you been playing, man?
Densha to go. Pretty much non-stop. It's a crippling addiction I have. I finished the road to driver training missions, and then last night, as like the final to cap that all off, you have to do a full lap of the Yamanote line.
Wow!
And it took about 80 minutes.
80.
Yeah, to do a full lap of the Yamanote line. So all 30 stations in one fell swoop, and it was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it, and now I've unlocked a bunch of other things in the game. So
wow.
Absolutely love that game. Absolutely hooked on it. I put videos up on my YouTube. Put videos up on my Twitch about it. Yeah. And I'm going to make a video about the plug and play console, the little self-contained Densha to go controller that you plug into a TV and play, like a little mini console. Very excited about that too.
Yeah, in the near future, I'd love to do an Extra Take episode with you on Densha to go and the history of sim games. I mean, because you're really into sim games, so yeah.
I am. These now. I'm an old man. I'm interested in my simulations and things.
I'm an old man. No, I'm an old man. You're an old man. I'm an old man.
Deal. Yeah. So that'd be good. I could talk about DDG all day long. It's tragic.
Is the Yamanote line actually one full revolution around for every station, about 80 minutes, or is it? It's more than that, isn't it?
I don't know, because I just watched a video where they did a side-by-side comparison of the game and real life. So I don't know. It's fairly convincing. Let's have a look.
It must be longer, I would think. I mean, probably.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, yeah. So, no, sorry. I should qualify that, because obviously there's loading times between the stations.
Oh, okay.
So, in real life, according to Wikipedia, it takes 65 minutes-ish.
Oh, okay. Wow. So I always thought it would be a little over 2 hours, but yeah.
No, it's 65 minutes. I mean, if you think about it, it doesn't stop at stations long. It's like get on the train, get off the train, other way around, then poof, we're off again.
Right.
So, but I guess that makes sense. Having about 20 minutes loading times, you load, each station, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Score summary, that's introduction, that sort of thing. Yeah, makes sense.
But now you are the master train driver, right?
I actually am. I got the PlayStation trophy and everything.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Very,
very happy, very pleased.
Cool.
Next step is the platinum.
All right. And how far are you to the platinum?
Friggin' miles away. I've played the game for 45 hours now, and I've driven about 9 kilometers.
Yeah.
And one of the trophies is to have driven 880 kilometers. So come about the year 2024, I should have it.
Or next year about this time. Yeah, maybe you'll have finished.
Criminy. Yeah, it's mental. But wow. I'm loving it. So it's so relaxing. It's so peaceful. It's beautiful. Yeah. Great.
Cool.
Everyone should play it.
Awesome. Well, as you know, of course, we have tons of E3 coverage to go over because this is our E3 recap episode. So let's begin with the first event. So I did a live stream to this, and Burley was with me for this one as well. The Summer Game Fest with Jeff Keighley. So I'm just going to run through some of the games that were announced. The first game that was announced, and this was really reminiscent of Borderlands. I mean, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. So it's like a Borderlands spinoff. And it's starring one of the side characters, obviously. So it's going to be coming out for next gen. And it's Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, PS5, and PC. And it will be coming out. I don't think they gave a date for this year. I think it's next year at some point. They didn't really give a release date, but yeah. So, I mean, it really looked like Borderlands. And then the next game, Dan, I think you're interested in this one, Metal Slug Tactics.
I am curious, yeah, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, 90s run and gun series returns with Metal Slug Tactics. It describes itself as a tactical RPG with roguelike elements. So that was another game. And then, of course, Jeff Keighley goes into his his little rant with Kojima, his best friend Kojima, and Death Stranding director's cut, of course, because the DC Comics had to have a director's cut, so of course he has to make a director's cut for Death Stranding, and it's of course going to be coming to PS5. So that Brilliant. He showed a little bit of that, kind of like in a warehouse, like a futuristic looking warehouse style place.
Okay.
Anyway, that's going to be coming. And then Jurassic World Evolution 2 is going to be coming later this year. And of course, Jeff Goldblum announced that during the show. So, Jeff Keighley, he loves to have his, his actors and actresses and that on his show. Yeah. So Jeff Goldblum was one of them to announce Jurassic World Evolution 2. What do you think of this one? I mean, it was all just a cinematic trailer, though. I mean, really no gameplay.
Yeah, I've played the first one very, very briefly. I might actually get back into it because I've been wanting to because I've heard good things about it. But fun fact, I've got a friend who works at Frontier, the people who are making this game.
Cool.
And not even they knew about it. I might see if he wants to. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
But he didn't even, and a bunch of staff didn't even know the game was in production. I was like, hey man, I saw him last week. I was like, hey man, congratulations on Jurassic Park Evolution 2. And he's like, yeah, I heard about that today as well. Brilliant. So it was like, even within Frontier, that was being kept under wraps. That's pretty cool. But yeah, no, I'll be looking into it for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, because like I said, the first one is pretty good. I need to put more time into it though. Yeah.
And then next game they showed off, Lost Ark. It's from it's a Korean MMO. It comes to the West through Amazon Games, and so of course the Summer Game Fest was sponsored by Amazon. So of course Jeff Keighley is going to show off some games for Amazon Games. So
is that the one where they were just talking about the graphics? It's supposed to be very, very beautiful. Yeah. I think I saw a trailer
in 4K.
For it.
Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah. All right. Yeah, or whatever.
Yeah. Call of Duty Season 4. They looked at some of that. We saw some of that as well. Among Us gets a new mode and colors. Meh. Salt and Sacrifice. So we got some indie titles for PlayStation. Of course, Yoshida Shuhei, who's the head of the indie division of PlayStation, he came on and showed us some of Salt and Sacrifice. So it's the sequel to Salt and Sanctuary. Yeah. So it's going to be coming out in 2022. It looked pretty as the first game did. And then we saw more of Solar Ash. It's by Hyperlife Drifter developers. So that's going to be coming as well. Valorant is getting a new agent, so we saw some of that. 2 Point Campus was finally announced, coming in 2022. So, and then also more of Escape from Tarkov. So we're getting some more, multiplayer action there. And then the Anacrusis is another game. So it's a 4-player co-op, Xbox and PC game that's going to be coming out. So we saw some of that. And then we saw Blood Hunt. I don't know if you've heard of this one.
I have not.
Yeah. So it's like a Vampire the Masquerade Battle Royale. So it's coming to PC in the fall. So it's a PC game.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And the next game in the Dark Pictures anthology series, House of Ashes. It's launching on October 22nd. So it's kind of interesting. It has kind of like a Middle East kind of like in a wartime setting type of feel to it. So looks pretty interesting. Tales of Arise. Of course, the new trailer for Tales of Arise was shown, and it comes out on September 10th. And then we got another look, or actually a first look at Planet of Lana. So it's a very cute kind of a sci-fi puzzle adventure game coming in 2022. And I think this one is coming to Game Pass day one as well. So, it looked really pretty. And then we saw some Overwatch 2 skins. Of course, Overwatch 2 isn't coming until 2022. And then we saw Monster Hunter Stories 2. That's going to be coming on July 9th. Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin. Yeah. And Nier Automata's 2B comes to Fall Guys.
All right, okay, all right.
So yeah.
Oh no, I think I saw a graphic of that. It looks really weird.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. And then we also saw Tribes of Midgard. So it's funny, Dan, how so many games now are referencing like Ragnarok or Midgard or Norse mythology now. It's interesting. But Tribes of Midgard comes out on July 27th. It's a Viking co-op action RPG for PlayStation and PC. So, yeah. And then Evil Dead, the game, was shown off. We got a little bit of gameplay from that. And it really kind of reminds me of Dead by Daylight.
Right.
Yeah, so we got that. And then, of course, the final game that was shown off, of course, Elden Ring. And, of course, it's coming in January of 2022. We'll see if that date sticks. But January 21st, 2022 for Elden Ring. So, Dan, what do you think of that? What do you think of this showcase?
Yeah, it sounds all right. Obviously, the standouts we've discussed here, and Elden Ring. Obviously that was a big deal for them to have that, to have the release date. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah. But again, like I think we said in the other ones, I was a bit disappointed by the whole Elden Ring thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's cool. It looks good. It looks more of the same, which is one of the reasons why I was a bit disappointed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it might be all right.
Yeah. So I thought the show overall was just too saturated with advertisements. I mean, we had a couple of movie advertisements in there. The new movie with Ryan Reynolds that kind of has kind of like gameplay elements in it. And then just lots of advertisements for Amazon, stuff like that. So
really,
but okay, next up, Dan, you were with us for this one. You and Burley and I, the Ubisoft conference.
Yeah.
The beginning of the conference. Go ahead, Dan.
I can't remember a thing about it.
What's that?
I can't remember a single thing about that amazing showcase. I can't remember a single thing that happened on it.
Well, just check out on my YouTube channel at Expat 2020 Gaming our reactions to the final game that we're going to talk about here.
It was Avatar, wasn't it?
Yeah. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But the first stuff they showed, and I think you would agree with me, this is just they put way too much time into this. Rainbow Six Extraction. Just the Rainbow Six series in itself. Rainbow Six Siege still being, they're still putting out content for that game as well after almost 6-7 years. And now Rainbow Six Extraction, the new game that's going to be coming out, they just put way too much time into this. Don't you think, Dan?
Absolutely. It was, and they repeated a lot of the footage as well. It was kind of like, because obviously they had a run-in, a lengthy gameplay footage, and they had the devs talking about it and how it's set in the universe. And it was like, oh God, this is for yet another free online shooty bang bang game. It got a lot of press.
Yeah, and Extraction releases on September 16th for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. So it's a cross-gen title.
Yeah.
Next up, Rocksmith Plus. Now, you guys were talking about this a little bit, the Rocksmith game. So Ubisoft's 10-year-old Rocksmith franchise will become an interactive music learning subscription service. So with its next entry, Rocksmith Plus. So I think I heard you and especially a friend of the show in the chat when we were doing the live stream. I think it was Carl or NTI. One of them was talking about the visuals look really good for this new one.
Yeah. I mean, it does look good, but it's like I said in the stream though. Like I like playing guitar is easier than playing those games. I'm not even joking.
Mm-hmm.
they're way harder than just learning to play a guitar. It's bonkers, but if it works for people, that's great. If it gets people engaged. But I mean, like reading tab is so easy. Like that's the whole point. Like guitar tab is designed to be simple as all heck, and it is. But now they've gone, well, let's have that, but let's have it moving across the screen. Let's have it all in multiple colours.
Yeah.
Let's have one at the bottom, one at the top of the screen. It's like, how the bloody hell are you supposed to keep track of all this stuff?
Multiple colours. Let's have a seizure now. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like, because like guitar tab is like 6 lines and a number on each line telling you where to put your fingers. It doesn't get any easier.
Yeah.
It's like, let's have this, but moving really quickly.
Yeah.
No. Anyway.
Next up, Riders Republic. So Riders Republic will launch on Amazon Luna, Google Stadia, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X on September 2nd. So 6 versus 6 competitions, career mode, mass races, and exploration mode also. Right. So, yeah, more, kind of like racing on bicycles and other types of vehicles. And then we got some information, just a little bit of information. I was, I was a little bit not upset, but kind of not disappointed in a sense. I kind of knew probably we wouldn't get a new Assassin's Creed, but we did get some more information about Valhalla. We're going to be getting another big DLC called The Siege of Paris, including black box infiltration missions, new gear, and enemies. So I'm looking forward to playing that. That should be interesting. As well as Discovery Tour is coming back to Assassin's Creed. So the Discovery Tour in Origins was amazing. And also in Odyssey, the tour was very good as well. So touring, of course, ancient Egypt and ancient Greece. Now the Viking Age is going to be in the Discovery Tour coming this fall. So I'm looking forward to that as well. So, that's pretty much all they showed on Assassin's Creed. And I was really surprised that we didn't get any kind of like any DLC or any other extra information on Watch Dogs as well. Like Watch Dogs Legion. What are they going to be, doing to support that game? I was surprised at that. So,
really nothing really. It hasn't done very well, has it? It's kind of like
hasn't.
It appeared and then it was gone. No one was talking about it within 3-5 days. It just appeared and just
yeah. And then of course we got like we did in the Summer Game Fest some movie advertisements. This one, Werewolves Within, it's coming to theaters on June 25th, streaming on July 2nd. So, we got some of that. And then more of Far Cry 6. And it was interesting how you guys were talking about this doesn't look any better than a PS3 game. One of the PS3 Far Cries,
That, that's that kind of cinematic thing they had. All the character models, it did look bad. I don't really much care about graphics, but I was surprised at how... I mean, the animation was decent enough, but the textures and it did. Run it side by side. You probably couldn't tell the difference between that and a PS3 game. Very strange.
Yeah.
A bold move for, showcasing your game that's coming out not that far from now.
Right.
Hey, it looks 2 gens old.
Yeah. We'll see what happens when it comes out, but
Yeah.
So, and then Mario plus Rabbids, Sparks of Hope. They showed off that. So, coming to Switch next year. So what do you think of that, Dan? Another Mario plus Rabbids.
Yeah, no, it's cool. The first one's all right. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And it always, as always, if in doubt, go space. Do space. When you run out of ideas, just do space.
Okay, and then the final one, Dan, as we were talking about Avatar Frontiers of Pandora coming in 2022. And I don't believe for 1 second this game is coming out in 2022.
I don't know. I don't know. It could do. We haven't said, imagine if they said like Christmas 2022. That's definitely possible, I suppose.
Yeah, but
you might be. Yeah.
But it was all cinematic, and I remember during the live stream they were just saying this is just a bunch of cinematic BS. We don't see any gameplay here whatsoever. So
no,
we don't know what this game is yet.
Yeah, as is standard practice of showing you nothing.
Yeah.
Whipping up hype.
And then, of course, Beyond Good and Evil 2, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
For that
game must be dead. I don't know.
it's weird. I mean, but then that was about 4 years ago. No one was a cinematic for that. We had like a little cinematic for Beyond Good and Evil 2, and then nothing since. It's that's in trouble.
Yeah,
for sure, absolutely.
Yeah. So, I don't know if that's going to be coming out at all. It's weird. And same with Skull and Bones too. Skull and Bones has been in trouble for a long time.
Yeah,
that's that kind of like Sea of Thieves style Assassin's Creed MMO, but kind of like a Black Flag stylish MMO. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, next up, I want to talk about of course, the Microsoft and Bethesda E3 showcase. So that was one of the big ones. It was basically, I think I would agree with you, Dan, in the sense that this was an hour and a half advertisement for Game Pass. I mean, just 30 games, 27 of them coming to Game Pass. I mean, pretty much day one. So the first game, So the first game, of course, they showed, was Bethesda came out and showed off some of Starfield, an official teaser trailer for that, and they gave a release date of November 11th, 2022.
Won't happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's weird. And it's how far in development is this game? We don't know.
Years, but it's never enough. Like people tend to forget now, but Skyrim didn't launch smoothly.
Yeah,
there were a lot of problems with Skyrim at launch. So,
and it's interesting. We didn't even in this conference. We didn't even see any of Elder Scrolls 6. I mean, so. There was an actual, just the other day, there was another Xbox event where they showed off a little bit of Hellblade, which was not shown during this event, the E3 event.
Oh, yeah.
They showed just a little bit, though. I mean, they didn't really show much gameplay at all, just another cinematic. And then we had the Controller Design Labs is coming back for the Xbox Series, as well. So, next up on the Microsoft showcase and Bethesda showcase, they also showed Stalker 2, which was kind of interesting. This kind of this gave me Metro Exodus vibes because it's set in Russia and Heart of Chernobyl. So it's set basically in Chernobyl, like a futuristic Chernobyl. Focuses on a group of men who seem increasingly obsessed with the zone and the mutated and paranormal creatures. So it gave me, Metro Exodus vibes. So
they're not a million miles apart, are they? Really?
Yeah. And it's coming first to Xbox and PC on April 28th, 2022. And then up next was Back 4 Blood. So another trailer for Back 4 Blood. And what's interesting is this is coming to Game Pass day one. Yeah. So
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You want as many people as possible as playing your online, zombie game. It's zombies, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Next up was announcement trailer for Contraband. Yeah. So this is kind of interesting one. Yeah. It's from from Avalanche Studios, of course, the makers of Rage 2, Just Cause 4. So, it's Paradise set in the fictional world of the 1970s. I mean, but we didn't get any gameplay or anything like that. Just the cinematic trailer, of course. So but there was no target date mentioned for this. But it's going to be an Xbox and Windows exclusive. So Battlefield 2042. So we got some more gameplay footage of Battlefield 2042. And what I'm a little disappointed with, of course, and I think a lot of gamers are disappointed with, is that it's not going to have any kind of story mode at all.
No.
It's only going to be multiplayer this time. And it's coming on October 22nd of this year. So Xbox One, Series X, S, PS4, PS5, and Windows. So cross-gen.
I think gamers should be more concerned that it's going to be $70 for a multiplayer-only game.
Yeah, exactly.
That is mental.
A lot of people were speculating that because of this being EA, and EA Play is on Game Pass now for Game Pass Ultimate subscribers, that this could possibly go to Game Pass, but I don't know.
Maybe, but I think it's agreed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I like it. I mean, you got to admire the audacity because, that is absolutely... And I have to say now, anyone who buys that, I mean, get your head checked. Like, seriously, go to a hospital. You've got some sort of tumor or you've had some sort of concussion, because if you're paying $70 for a multiplayer shooter, you're a complete retard. Like, don't vote anymore. Throw your driving license in the bin because you are incapable of making sensible decisions.
Okay.
I'm just saying that now. Just letting that out there.
Moving on. 12 minutes. This game has been shown off for a couple of years now. The voice actors in this game, of course, Daisy Ridley from Star Wars fame and James McAvoy. It's coming soon on August 19th to Game Pass Day 1. So, I'm looking forward to playing this one. The story elements in it look really interesting. So, 12 minutes. So, interactive thriller. Next up, Psychonauts 2. We got some more information on Psychonauts 2, of course. And it's coming to Xbox Series X, Series S, PS4, and PC platforms on August 25th. And of course, it's going to be on Game Pass Day 1 as well. So, Psychonauts 2. Good old Tim Schafer.
Yeah, that'd be good. Long time coming.
Now, this one next is really interesting. I think this is going to be a very successful game because of, Fall Guys has been very successful. This is going to be Xbox's version of Fall Guys. It's called Party Animals. It's a cute, chaotic ragdoll physics multiplayer brawler. And it's coming to Game Pass in 2022. So we got a little bit of gameplay footage of it, and it looks really cute. So, looks interesting. So next up, Somerville. Somerville is this one looked really good. It gave me Inside vibes for sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So showcases a family trying to wander through atmospheric 2D environments amid an apparent alien invasion. So I'm looking forward to this one too. So it'll be on Game Pass Day 1. Yes.
Yeah, it looks interesting. You're just a side character. You play the role of a side character in a much larger story. That's cool. I quite like that. It's quite interesting.
And then the middle of the show, which was interesting. I thought this would be at the end of the showcase, but in the middle of the showcase, Halo Infinite was, shown, more of Halo Infinite. And, of course, some of the multiplayer elements were also talked about. But we got to see more of the gameplay and, of course, the Master Chief meeting the AI. And it looked very beautiful. I think it's gotten a lot of enhancements since that last year's E3 performance.
Yeah.
So it looks much more refined now. And they gave a holiday 2021 release window. So has me a little worried, but I still think it's coming holiday. I mean, my prediction on the last episode was November 10th, which is the 1 year anniversary of the Series X launch. So I think that's a possibility. Hopefully, holiday. So next up, Diablo 2, Resurrected. Of course, can't believe this game. It's like this. It's 21 years old.
Yeah,
amazing. Yeah.
And due for a remake for some reason. Well, if you're going to remake the best one in the series, I guess it kind of makes sense. But
remastered with 60 frames per second visuals, cross progression, and 8-player co-op. So it comes out on Series X, Series S on September 23rd. So as well as on Xbox One, PS4, PS5, Switch, and Windows. So cross-gen, but. And then this was a big surprise, and I was really, really excited to see this announcement because I played the first game, A Plague Tale: Innocence. So A Plague Tale Requiem is going to be coming in 2022, and it'll be Game Pass Day 1. It's an atmospheric pre-rendered trailer that was shown. It's going to be a direct sequel and continuation of the story from the first game. So, I'm excited.
I played that one. Yeah.
It's great. It's great, Dan.
Yeah.
Play it. It's really, really good. It's a good medieval vibe game, like like in France, in that like maybe 1500s, I think. So
Okay.
good stuff. Yeah. And then of course more gameplay trailer of Far Cry 6. We got a little bit more of that. Slime Ranchers 2. So that's coming in 2022 for Xbox Series X, Series S, and Windows. So, yeah, Slime Rancher 2. And then Shredders. This kind of reminds me of, some of the other games. What is it? Skeet or whatever it's called. I forget the snowboard game that's also on PS4 and Xbox. But it's a snowboarding game called Shredders. And seems centered on video capture. So it's coming, in December, actually, December 2021. So
just in time for the snow.
Yeah, exactly. Atomic Heart. It's a Bioshock-esque shooter mixing gunplay and telekinetic powers amid robots, mutants, and a vaguely J-pop soundtrack is coming to PlayStation, Xbox consoles, and Windows. So that was shown as well. A little bit of a trailer.
Does it actually say a vaguely J-pop soundtrack?
Yeah, that's what it says. A vaguely J-pop soundtrack.
What does that even mean? It's a vaguely
people
playable
in the
game.
West think it's J-pop, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, all right.
Maybe, who knows?
But why highlight the vagueness of it? Why? That's a really weird selling point.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, it's vaguely RPG-ish.
Exactly.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks for that.
Next up, Replaced. Some amazingly detailed and fluid anime-inspired pixel art animation. And in this upcoming brawler. So it's coming out in 2022 for Xbox One, Series X, Series S, and Windows. So another announcement trailer. So yeah, like a bunch of announcement trailers. Euden Chronicle. So this was actually Burley's game of E3.
Really?
Yeah.
Funny. Okay.
Yeah. Mixes hand-drawn 2D art with amazing 3D environments and camera angles for what looks like a spiritual successor to the much-loved Suikoden PlayStation RPGs. 100 Heroes is coming in 2022, while Rising is coming in 2023 for PlayStation and Xbox consoles and Windows. So, yeah. So, The Ascent. This is coming actually on July 29th to Game Pass, and it's also available for pre-order now on Xbox. So, it's like a generic cyberpunk-ish environment from an isometric perspective. Looks pretty cool. You should all check out the trailers for that. So, The Ascent. So it's coming soon.
The Ascent. Oh, we've talked about it before, haven't we?
What's that?
We've talked about that before, The Ascent, haven't we?
Yeah. Talked about it a little bit earlier. Yeah, it's coming soon. Yeah, in July. So.
Oh wow, blimey, that's cool.
Yeah, and on Game Pass day one. So all of you people with Game Pass, you can pick it up on. Yeah, and you can actually download it now. Yeah. So. Yeah. Age of Empires 4 official trailer was shown. So History in Your Hands. So coming October 28th on Windows and Xbox Cloud Gaming. So Cloud Gaming is getting Age of Empires 4. So
sounds good.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then another big announcement. We didn't get any gameplay. Basically, we just got a window of The Outer Worlds 2. So it's in the works, which is probably a couple of years off at least, I would think. But
yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. But
good.
we got. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah. No, it's a good game. I'm looking forward to. Well, actually, I have to buy an Xbox, which. Ugh. But yeah.
Can you say that again?
Yeah, because again, I'll buy another Xbox, buy like 3 games for it.
Just get an Xbox Series S. Burley just bought one yesterday. It's supposed to be delivering to him the Series S.
Okay.
Yeah, he's getting the Series S with Game Pass. So
there's no shortage, but yeah.
And next up, we got a pretty detailed look at Forza Horizon 5. So the official gameplay demo was showed off. So this time, Forza Horizon 5 is going to be in Mexico. So yeah, we got a lot of the gameplay footage. So looked very, very pretty, of course.
Yeah.
And then finally, to end the show, of course, Phil Spencer came out on stage and he introduced Redfall. So Arcane Studios' next game is a vampire-themed supernatural shooter with a diverse cast and an irreverent attitude based on its first pre-rendered trailer. So coming in summer 2022 on Series X and Series S and Windows.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and we also saw during the presentation Sea of Thieves, A Pirate's Life DLC extra content is coming to Sea of Thieves. So Johnny Depp, Jack Sparrow, and Disney is coming to Sea of Thieves. So that should be fun. So yeah, it was a really good show. I mean, just I think they really took from the game book of Sony in this showcase. I mean, just game after game after game after game. Just, not many, like developer interviews or anything like that. It was just game after game after game after game. And like I said at the beginning, it was an hour and a half advertisement for Game Pass. Pretty much.
Oh, yeah. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a good deal at this rate. It's a bloody bargain, Game Pass.
Oh, and one other thing they also showed too. They showed Yakuza 7 or Yakuza Like a Dragon is now also on Game Pass. So all of the Yakuza games are now on Game Pass. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And they showed some more DLC for Fallout 76 called The Pit. So yeah, so those that are playing Fallout 76 will love that. Hades also was shown, and it's also coming to Game Pass on August 13th. So that won many Game of the Year awards. So
it's a big deal. Yeah.
And also Grounded, the game called Grounded is getting some more updates called Shroom and Doom. So that's going to be coming as well. So so a lot of stuff.
Lots going on in that one.
Yeah.
No messing around.
And Flight Simulator as well coming to consoles.
Yeah.
So that's going to be cool on July 27th. So there you go, Dan. Fly from the UK to Narita. There you go.
Yeah. That's going to be interesting because, I mean, how are you going to do that without a bloody keyboard? That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Okay, next up, our next conference, Burley and I, we covered this right after the Xbox Bethesda event, Square Enix, and they showed off the Guardians of the Galaxy game. So it was announced.
Yeah. Look like trash.
Third-person action-adventure game. Players jump into the shoes of Star-Lord. And this is one thing that Burley was saying. He was really kind of upset that you only really play as Star-Lord in this game. Pretty much. So, it's going to be released on October 26th of this year, 2021. So, I don't know. Dan, you were saying some things. You were commenting a little bit on this, especially like the graphical fidelity or something. What was that? You were saying it didn't look any better than the last game that they made for Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah.
It looks exactly the same as Avengers, the Avengers game. Yeah. I thought it was like DLC at first when I saw the footage, but no, it's a whole new quote marks game that runs on the same engine and uses similar art assets.
Yeah.
Yay! Sounds good.
Yeah, but I mean, they showed way too much of this game. I mean, it was like 20 minutes long, and Burley was just like, why are you wasting so much time here?
Yeah.
So anyway, next up after the long announcement of Guardians of the Galaxy was Babylon's Fall. Platinum's live service co-op action game gets a new game. It got a new gameplay trailer actually. So I've never been into this, so I didn't. I wasn't so interested in it. I don't know about you, Dan. Into Babylon's Fall? Not really.
I didn't even check that one out.
Yeah. More Avengers content, of course, coming. Of course, the Black Panther War for Wakanda is coming as well.
Brilliant.
So they showed that off a little bit. So
good luck. I think it might be too late for that.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
And then the highlight of the show, I thought, was, of course, Life is Strange remastered collection is coming, and it's coming to the Switch as well. So that's really interesting. And then, of course, True Colors is also coming, the new game. They showed off a little bit more gameplay of that. And Alex Chen, she's going to be the main character in Life is Strange True Colors. So showed off more of her empathy power. That's going to be coming out soon as well. So,
all right, yeah.
Yeah. So that was my highlight of the show. But then they showed Final Fantasy Pixel Remastered. It's really weird. It's coming to mobile. So this conference showed off a lot of stuff that's going to be mobile focused only.
Yeah. Oh, of course, Japan focused. Yeah, the only ones playing games in Japan now. So yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. Legend of Mana arriving on PS4, Switch, and Steam on June 24th. They showed that, which is my birthday, June 24th. So they showed that off. So more mobile game montages, and that's about it. That's about all they showed at the Square Enix conference. So
I didn't miss much there then. That's good.
Yeah. Burley was really, really disappointed with the Square Enix.
Yeah, because he was super excited about it.
Yeah. I was hoping to get like a Tomb Raider announcement, like a new Tomb Raider game. Even though it might be far off, but some kind of announcement. We didn't get anything, as well as Deus Ex. I was thinking the new game that they would show off instead of Guardians would be Deus Ex, but no.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, maybe.
So. Okay, next up. Were you going to say something, Dan?
No, I'd say like next year there'll be something interesting to show. Yeah.
Okay, next up, Dan, you and I covered this, of course. Nintendo's E3 Direct, and Dan, the game of the Direct. Go ahead, take it away.
The game of E3, because everything else was the same old trash. There's a new Metroid at last, but it's not a new Metroid because it's since turned out that the game has been in development in quote marks for about 15 years now.
Yeah.
They were just waiting for the technology, which sounds like BS to me, but I'll let it fly this time. But yeah, Metroid 5, Metroid Dread, been announced for an October release.
Yep.
I've got my pre-order down. Well excited. Good stuff.
Yeah. So you broke your own rule about pre-orders.
Yeah, I did.
Only for Metroid, right? Yeah.
Only for Metroid.
So those of you out there, check out my video on Expat 2020 Gaming over on YouTube, our reactions, Dan's reaction to the Metroid announcement. It's pretty cool. Yeah, check that out on there. So,
from our live stream. I had all my lucky items. I was wearing a Metroid shirt.
Yeah.
I had my Metroid mug.
Yeah.
I was just thinking good Metroid vibes, and my piety was rewarded.
At first, when they were showing that trailer, it said Metroid 5, and then after that, it went to Metroid Dread, right?
Yeah. Well, it's the same way that I guess where would it be? So yeah, Metroid 3. Well, Super Metroid was called Metroid 3. Metroid 3, Super Metroid. So yeah, it kind of makes sense. So Metroid, and then Metroid 2, Samus Returns, or Metroid 2. Metroid 3 was Super Metroid. So 4 is Fusion, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. And 5 is Dread. But and all the little ones in between, a couple of little ones jutting out.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
During the presentation, we also got some new footage of Breath of the Wild 2. What did you think of that, Dan?
Yeah. I see that the internet's going rife. I like so one thing that's funny, obviously, is that he's got a new arm.
Yeah.
Which means he's going to get a hiding from someone, and it's like they've basically ripped off Sekiro.
I was going to say that. Yeah,
Sekiro. Guy loses his arm and
shadows die twice. Yeah.
Get some sort of tool instead.
Yeah.
But hey, it's more Breath of the Wild. Yay.
And launching sometime in 2022. So what's interesting about this is we did not get a Switch Pro announcement that everybody was thinking we would get, even though before the presentation, Nintendo expressly said this is software only.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why people were like, they're going to announce it. They really aren't.
Yeah. So I'm thinking if we do get the Switch Pro, I think Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be the first game on it. It'll come out next year, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So
probably.
And then we got WarioWare, of course. Features 2-player co-op, so we got that, as well as Mario Party Superstars collections of old games. So
it seems odd that it's only 2 players for the WarioWare one, because you think they'd want, it'd be like a party game. 2 players, that's no party.
Yeah, just co-op. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, so Super Mario Party, it lands on the Switch on October 29th. Yeah. And then we got Smash Brothers Ultimate. Kazuya from Tekken is coming to that. So that was at the beginning of the show, I think it was, right, Dan?
Yeah.
That's what they showed at the beginning. Then Shin Megami Tensei 5. They also showed off. So it's coming on November 12th to the Switch.
Yeah.
So, and Super Monkey Ball. Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. So remakes the first 2 games. So they showed that off. And Advanced Wars 1 and 2 remasters. Coming on December 3rd. And then, obviously, like we were talking about during the Microsoft conference, Life is Strange and Guardians of the Galaxy come to Switch. So,
okay.
So, but what's interesting is True Colors, the new Life is Strange games, is also coming. So that should be good. So
that'll be good.
If you want to play it on the go on your Switch, I mean, that would be a great game to play.
Totally could. Yeah.
So Dan, what did you think of the Nintendo Direct?
Again, it wasn't much for me. I was happy to see the WarioWare games because I'm a big fan of that series. I think I actually have them all, even the Japanese one that didn't come out over here, the Twisted. They're all really good. I'm excited for that. Yeah, so the last one would have been it wasn't a Wii U, wasn't it? There was a WarioWare, I think, of some description.
Mm-hmm.
But cool, very cool, and of course, Metroid.
Yep,
delighted about that. Breath of the Wild having nothing to say about release date, except for next year. That makes kind of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it was okay.
Capcom, they also did an event. We did not cover the Capcom event, as well as Devolver Digital. They had some stuff, but
what did they announce?
Capcom, for example, Resident Evil Reverse is coming next month. So free to all who own Resident Evil Village. So additional DLC for Resident Evil Village is in development. That was shown there too. Well, not any of the gameplay or anything, but it was the information was shown.
All right.
So that was kind of a surprise in a sense. Monster Hunter Stories 2 was also shown off again, and Great Ace Attorney's Chronicles. They showed off a little bit of that. So it's releasing internationally for the first time on July 27th of this year for PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and PC. So I don't know. Dan, have you played any of the Ace Attorney games?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The very first time I went to Japan back in second time I went to Japan. 2000. Oh, Christ. A long time ago. I picked them up. I picked up on a DS. Because it had a full English translation. They didn't announce it, but if you bought a Japanese version, it had the English one as well, and they're great. I mean, for point and click games, if you're in that sort of thing, they're super fun. Yeah,
cool.
I like it.
Okay, I want to get into some comments now from our listeners about E3, of course. Our friend of the show, and he was at a lot of the live event reaction streams that we were doing. Turn-Based Carl, friend of the show. He said, the biggest reveal for me was A Plague Tale Requiem. I did not expect to see it, and certainly didn't expect it to be at day one on Game Pass. The first game exceeded my expectations. Play it and avoid spoilers. I'm excited to see it grow as a franchise. Also, the Outer Worlds 2 trailer was hilarious, 100% on point. I'm happy just getting confirmation of a sequel. And then about which show he thought was the best and worst. The Xbox Bethesda showcase was easily the best, with so many games looking great. even if they aren't your favorite genre. And then Capcom was the worst. They told us exactly what they would show a week before it happened, then had no additional surprises.
Superb.
Yeah.
Genius move.
Yep. Another co-host of the arena and a friend of ours, Burlyman Gaming, of course, he says, game of the show for me was Euden Chronicle. 100 Heroes, the JRPG shown at Microsoft event. The art style is amazing, and you can tell from that trailer they took their time and put a lot of effort into it. The best conference was Microsoft and Bethesda. They wasted very little time and showed a ton of games. And with 27 out of 30 going to Game Pass day one, it got me to buy Game Pass. And best conference, and of course, Square Enix, he says, was the worst.
Was poo.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Poor Square Enix.
Next up, friend of the show, of course, and patron, Silent Hill Dude over on Twitter.
Hey.
Brutal. Yes, he says there were so many good announcements. The best reveal for me was Forza Horizon 5. I also loved the Halo Infinite showcase, and that we finally got to see Stalker 2. And he says Nintendo surprised me with a new Metroid and WarioWare. Also loved that we are getting Fatal Frame. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Fatal Frame. Yeah, that I'm interested in. Yeah, that does sound good.
So those are some of our comments from our listeners of the show. Yeah. So yeah, of course, Dan, you think, of course, Metroid was the game of the show, game of E3 and all. But what conference did you think stood out the most?
Well, I only really watched 2 in the end, probably the Nintendo one. But again, famously across the board, I'm seeing a lot of negativity about E3 in general.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
A lot of people are kind of disappointed by the entire event, full stop, really.
Do you think a lot of that's because of COVID and all too, because they were all just digital stuff?
I mean, maybe, I don't know what people expect now. That could be a factor in it for sure. I don't know what people were hoping for from this E3. I mean, we knew it was going to be one of the trailers, but I think even the trailers were pretty much uninspiring. And,
uninspiring in the sense that you didn't see any gameplay. It was just cinematic stuff.
There's that, and it's just like, well, what truly new and amazing things were there? I mean, like we talked about this before, like, the Ubisoft one was pretty much all stuff we've seen before. There's nothing really. I mean, aside from the Elden Ring and Starfield release dates, it was all kind of like stuff, and there's massive surprises. It was all that stuff we've kind of known about or could have predicted.
Yeah, I think it's to each his own. I mean, you have
don't get me wrong,
Nintendo lovers. I mean, I'm sure that they are really loving the fact that the new Metroid is coming. I mean, and then of course, the Xbox people out there, they're really psyched about the Halo multiplayer and a lot of the stuff that Game Pass is providing. And then of course you got your JRPG fans out there that are looking forward to a game like Scarlet Nexus and others. So yeah, but yeah. So we'll be doing one of our extra take episodes on this, kind of the state of E3 and how we feel E3 should evolve into the near future. We're going to be talking about that in one of our extra take episodes. So hope you guys out there can check that out as well. We're going to be putting that up soon. So Dan, let's go ahead and move on to the new and upcoming game releases via Metacritic for the week of June 21st through 27th. There are 11 games on the list.
Whoa, it's a busy one. Trying to cash in on that E3 hype.
Yes. Alex Kidd. Have you ever played the Alex Kidd series?
You bet your ass. And I've actually pre-ordered this game. Yes.
What?
Yeah,
wait. You pre-ordered another game besides Metroid?
It's a remake of a Master System game, so yeah, and it has the Master System game original in it. So, I'm excited for this. Yeah, go on.
Okay, sorry. Can you tell us a little bit about Alex Kidd? What type of game?
So Alex Kidd is the failed Sega mascot from the late 80s. That was going to be their big thing. And it's basically a series of silent platform games. There's a bunch of them. Okay. He actually went onto the Mega Drive before never being heard of again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Alex Kidd in Miracle World is interesting because that came built into the Sega Master System 2. So if you turned it on without a game inside it, it would boot into Alex Kidd in Miracle World, and it's good, but it's unfair. A lot of the bosses are just janken battles, so rock paper scissors battles. And that's a really shit way to have a boss fight based on random. Well, it's not random. Actually, it isn't random. You kind of have to learn their pattern. So, whatever they throw first, you can speculate as what their pattern's going to be. So you had to memorize, a bunch of rock, paper, scissors combinations. But
I see.
Yeah, no. So this one's had a fancy new, hand-drawn art style. It looks good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming out on June 22nd for PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, Xbox One, PC, and the Switch. So
I think I got it on I think I bought it on PS4 in the end. Yeah, because it was like $5 extra on Switch for some reason. Bonkers. But yeah.
Next up on the list, Dark Alliance. Have you ever played this one, Dan? Dark Alliance.
No.
June 22nd for PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Yeah. So band together with friends near or far and fight against vicious monsters in the new co-op action RPG from Dungeons and Dragons. So role-playing game. So looks interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
Ender Lilies, Quietus of the Nights. I just love these titles. Quietus of the Nights. That's pretty good. Comes out on June 22nd. PS4, PS5 on July 6th. It's also coming PC and the Switch. So it's a Metroidvania style game. So look out for that one. Next up on the list, Lego Builder's Journey. I don't know if you've heard of this one, Dan.
Yeah. I've heard of it. Yeah.
What's this one like? The Lego Builder's Journey.
So Lego Builders was that kind of failed game that came out ages ago, right? There was a PS4 and a Xbox game came out a while ago with Lego Builders, and it's kind of like a Minecraft but in the Lego world. It didn't do very, very well. I don't know if this is directly linked to it, but this is more of a puzzly affair, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
the art
additional platforms. Yeah, so
okay
as well.
So
because it's coming for PC and Switch, but it'll be coming to consoles as well. But on June 22nd for PC and Switch. So
it looks kind of like it reminds me the isometric style of it. It reminds me of Monument Valley. I don't know why. The mobile game, the only good mobile game, Monument Valley.
Interesting. Next up on the list, Olympic Games Tokyo 2020, the official video game. Yeah. Hey, man, the Tokyo Games are still going on, and they've been debating about whether or not to let a full group of people into each event now.
Don't bother.
Yeah, don't even bother. Because we still haven't even got our vaccines yet. All the older people get their vaccines, but 50 and under, nobody has a vaccine yet. So
the sad thing is, though, that that Japan really, really, really wants to cancel.
Yeah,
like Japan,
80% of the population wants to cancel. Yeah,
but the government wants to too. The government don't want this to happen, but they can't admit defeat. They can't.
That's right.
They can't surrender.
There you go.
So they were pinning all their hopes on the IOC, going, forget it, we'll do it next year.
Yeah.
But the IOC is like, no, we'll do it. And now Nintendo, Jesus. Now Japan are like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
We've got to do this.
Yeah.
God
and
damn
they
it.
put a shitload of money into building all of this.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
What a waste.
Yeah.
Just fucking cancel it. Take the hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And next year have a proper, an actual worthwhile event. It's so it's very
just
sad.
Put multiple events in these venues and try to make back the money. Yeah. Anyway, it comes out on June 22nd for PS4, Xbox One, PC, Switch, and Stadia. So no next gen, no Series X, no PS5. Yeah. Next up on the list, Fallen Knight. Action platformer comes out on June 23rd for PS4, Xbox One, PC, and the Switch. So I don't know if you've heard of this one, Dan. Fallen Knight?
No, not this one.
Yeah.
Let's Google
Take the role of an elite knight, Lancelot the 49th, and battle your way through action-packed levels with intense sword fighting gameplay in this neoclassic side-scrolling action platformer. So 2D platformer.
Oh, I'm in. Oh no, I have seen this. I think I saw a GIF of it on Reddit. It looks okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's from P-Cube. I've got a few of their games on Switch, I think.
Next up, Legend of Mana Remastered. I don't know if you played this one, Dan. Legend of Mana.
The original, yeah.
So on June 24th, my birthday, on PS4, Nintendo Switch, PC. So How long has it been since Legend of Mana came out?
It's already had one. That's what I'm thinking. It's already had one remastered?
Yeah,
hasn't it? Didn't it have a remaster for the PS4 a while ago? And this is
might have, yeah.
And this is like the PS5/Switch remaster, I guess.
Yeah,
but so the Mana series, that's SNES era, so that's a long ass time ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's quite old. Yeah. So in ancient times, the world was saved from destruction by sealing locations at events within magical artifacts. Now you have the chance to recreate this world as you desire by discovering artifacts, placing them, and exploring the mysteries inside. So,
it's actually a PlayStation game.
Yeah.
Legend of Mana. It was PlayStation. Yeah,
now it's PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC. So.
Oh, okay. I thought I could swear this had already come out, a remaster of Legend. Anyway, sorry. Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Next up on the list, Roguebook. Comes out on June 24th. A card game, strategy card game. So for PC. Card games. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. Video game, card game.
Yeah. I think the last video card game I played was Gwent. I think it was.
Yeah, I played that.
Yeah, it was from the Witcher series. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Mario Golf Super Rush. Yeah, Super Rush. Yeah. This was showed off at the Nintendo event also that we covered, right, Dan? Yeah.
Yeah. That was.
Yeah. Comes out on the 25th for the Switch, exclusive to the Switch. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm not so much into the golf. I'm more of the Mario tennis type of games. But those of you that are into golf, you can go and play this one. Next up on the list, coming out on June 25th, but here in Japan, it's coming out on my birthday on the 24th, the day before, Scarlet Nexus. Yes, action RPG for PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. So, action RPG. So, in a far distant future, a psionic hormone was discovered in the human brain, granting people extrasensory powers and changing the world as we know it. So basically giving people Jedi powers in a sense.
This looked exactly the same as Code Vein.
Yeah, it did. It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's I mean, if you showed me a still from this and a still from Code Vein, I couldn't tell you which game was which.
Yeah.
The art is literally the same.
Yeah.
Is it?
Code Vein is also Bandai Namco, right?
It is, yeah.
So they're the same developers, yeah. So
they saved some money on the artist. I mean, it's Code Vein's all right. I should get back into it, actually. It was quite fun.
Yeah.
The anime Dark Souls, but wow. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it looks dead on like Code Vein. Yeah.
Wow.
And finally on the list, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. So coming to the Switch on June 25th. So I don't know. When was the last time you played Tony Hawk's?
The other day. I've got it on the PS4. It's really the remastered 1 and 2 is phenomenal. It's exceptionally good. It's an excellent remaster. It's an excellent collection. If you're going to do a remake, that's the benchmark for it. So, it's very, very good.
So what's your pick for this week, Dan? For me, I don't know. I think I'd probably play Alex Kidd. But I mean, would it be good to play on the Switch? What do you think?
Yeah. It's too much money. It's. I think in England it's like 30 quid on the Switch, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But wait till it's half price and pick it up. It'd be good. It's got, like I said, it's got the original built into it. You can flick between the new style and old style. It's got some new levels as well because it's something kind of like it's a story. It's like a journey across an island to do stuff. And there are kind of gaps missing, so the developers this new one kind of made extra levels to fill in those gaps between things. It's yeah, it should be good. I'm excited.
Either that or maybe Scarlet Nexus, because Code Vein, I liked Code Vein, so I'll probably play some Scarlet Nexus maybe.
Okay, yeah.
How about you? Which game for you this week?
Yeah, the one I've got coming out. Alex Kidd. I'm excited about that. Should be quite fun. I'll probably be streaming that at some point. I think it's out the 25th here for some reason.
Oh,
don't know why it's in my head, but
I see.
Yeah. Yeah, when is it? Yeah, 25th of June for some reason.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, before we conclude the episode, I want to let everyone know where you can find me on social media. You can find my YouTube channel for gaming content at youtube.com/expat2020gaming and at expat2020.live. My other social media links to Twitter, Instagram, the Arena Podcast Discord server, and the podcast website are at linktr.ee, which is linktr.ee/expat2020. I'm also a live streamer and a Twitch affiliate on twitch.tv/expat2020, and I do occasional gaming and special event live streams for the podcast like we did for E3, as well as a supplement to the show called The Arena, Multiplatform Gaming News Week in Review live stream. And finally, we now have a special bonus series, which is part of the podcast called The Arena Extra Take. So Burley and I, we did the first episode. It was a spoiler-free discussion of Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart. And it focuses on spoiler and spoiler-free gaming reviews, gaming industry-related discussions, and interviews with special guests that goes up to Patreon exclusively for patrons at patreon.com/expat2020. So please visit the site for further details. Yeah. So that does it for me, Dan. What about you? Where can people find you? And what are you going to be playing this week on your live streams and stuff?
So, yeah, you can find me on Twitch if you like trains. I'm on Twitch. Press start to game, all one word stuck together. Press start to game, and yeah, I'll be playing a bit more of that. I'm gonna make an unboxing and initial impressions of the, like I said, the self-contained plug and play Denture to Go train simulator game. And so you can also see me at the Centre for Computing History. We've got a YouTube video coming out soon of me talking about the original Game Boy. Bit of a
cool.
Brief introduction to that.
Awesome.
And, I have a YouTube as well. So, yeah, same thing. YouTube, press start to game, where I put my Twitch videos and stuff. Yeah.
So that's press start to game, all one word, right? Yeah.
All one word. That's it.
Yep. Cool. All right. Okay. So thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
All right. So to end the show, our indie recording artist spotlight. So this week's spotlight is on Marco Martini. Italian-born Marco Martini is a freelance music producer, engineer, composer, and sound designer based in London. During his career, he's worked with a vast array of top artists, including George Michael, Mumford & Sons, Ed Sheeran, and Ricardo Montaner. From the title song of his album called Agitated Swords. This has been The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast, episode 41. I'm your host, Expat, along with my co-host, Dan. We hope to catch you in the next one. So take care, everyone. Peace out.
Bye.